Welcome back viewers. So in today's video we will check out the Cinnamon desktop of Opensuse Leaf 15.4 that we installed in the earlier video. So let us go over to the session manager. Cinnamon desktop is already selected. You will still see this GNOME. We have uninstalled the GNOME, but because Cinnamon uses some of the GNOME technologies, the GNOME desktop will be still shown in the session manager, so you need not worry. And the ICE WM and the SLE classic sessions are also available. So KD has been completely removed, but we cannot completely remove the components of the GNOME desktop because they are used in the Cinnamon desktop. So let us now input our password and get started with Cinnamon desktop. I won't be covering the different applications and the other components of this Cinnamon desktop because I will now focus on the toolkit. So this is one of the unique desktop that offers a very large toolkit. So it is just like a Swiss Army knife. It has got many tools to configure and administer your system. So this is one of the very unique desktops. You need not even use the terminal. You can do all the system administration work and the user control from the toolkit only. So I will show you how. So my focus for this video will be on the showing you the different toolkits available for your usage, and I will show you some of the theming that can be applied to the desktop. So let us start. This is how the desktop looks. It is clean. There is this traditional Opensuse wallpaper. So it is themed in the traditional Opensuse way. You have got a panel at the bottom. You have got this application menu. Then there is this window minimize maximize button. Then you have got the Firefox web browser. You have got the GNOME terminal, and you have got the Nemo file manager. So now let us check out the version of Nemo file manager. So it is 4.6.5. So it is the older version. Right now the 5.4 series is going on. 5.4 or 5.2 is there. So since this is a LIP or the stable version of Opensuse, the older desktop versions are available. Now at the right side, you have got this network manager. You have got the simple volume control, and the sound settings are available at the bottom, and you can launch the audio or media player from here. So the default player will be launched when you click on this space, and there is the calendar and the date time function. Now as you know, if you go in administration, you have got the usual Cinnamon desktop tools, plus you have got the Yast tool. So this is one of the unique desktop. It has got the maximum number of tools available. So if you just open the Yast, you have got the method or a tool to add on products. So if you just click on this, it will take some time. So meanwhile, there is a tool to check the media. So it will check the integrity of the media. Yes, now it is opening up. So you can check the CD DVD drive. So the ISO file written on a CD or DVD can be checked for the integrity. So you have to put the CD DVD drive disk in the drive, and then you can start the check from here, and you can eject the CD DVD from the drive using this button, and you can check the ISO file by clicking on this button. Then you can add the different products. For example, let us click on the add. So you can add the different repositories. You can add the different packages from the CD, DVD, hard disk, USB storage device, local directory, local ISO image, from your Samba share, from the network file system. So this is the tool for adding the new packages and repositories containing the new products. Products means application packages or things like that. You can add it from here. I will abort this now. You already seen how to do the online update. You already seen in detail the working of software management or the software manager. This is the Yast software manager, just like the Synaptic package manager. You have seen how to add the software repositories. We have seen how to add the Pacman repository. to install the restricted codecs. Now this is the system keyboard layout. So I think I have shown you this also. Yes, so you can change or add or remove the different keyboard layouts using this tool. You have seen how to configure the printers. I will show you in once how to configure a printer in some of the video. Then there is this scanner tool. Then you got the sound tool. So you can configure your sound card. You can configure your sound profiles using this tool. So for this also separate video is necessary. Then I have shown you in earlier video how to configure your bootloader, the date time function, network setting, the language settings. So here you can install the different languages. You can change the different languages that are default. You can adapt to a time zone. So right now it is English US, so that's why it is trying to adapt time zone to US or US Eastern. But we can add the different languages from, for example, any Indian language we can add, and then we can change the keyboard layout to that specific language or to the Indian keyboard language. So both will work. Then you have got the this is the partitioner. This is the Opensuse partitioner. Then you have the system config editor is there. So here you can partition your hard disk, your RAID, your LVM volume groups, the Btrfs file system, network file system. You can configure it from here. Then there is services manager. I have shown you, it is the service manager, so you can configure your services from here. Then there is this system config editor. So service manager I have already shown you, I will not show you again, so we will not go, but yes, system config editor we should check out how it works. So I think there is some system is working little slow. Yes, it is hanged, so we will stop for a few minutes. I think we have given only 2 GB of RAM. I don't remember now. Maybe because of that, or there is some background. Maybe the updater is running in the background. That's why the system looks to be hanged. Only the cursor is moving. Rest the system is freezed, or you can say hanged. Yes, now the system config editor I think is not working or what. Then you have got this network services, the NTP configuration, remote administration, proxy, hostname, app armor. Then you can do the firewall config. I have shown you, this is the firewall with the zone. So it is firewall D daemon. Security center is there. The user and group management is there. I think there is some issue. The system configuration is not working. Maybe in some later videos I will show you. It is just like the dconf editor. I think dconf and this will be same. Then you got this tool to install. Okay, so services manager has just booted up. So let it come up. Okay, it has opened multiple things. So I will close. Still one is open. I will cancel this. Okay, so now this services manager has populated the list of services that are running. So here you can see the start type of the service. So it is manually started or it starts on boot. Then the state of the service and the description of the service and the name of the service. So you can stop the services manually from here. You can show further details of any service you like. You can show the log for the each of the service. So this is the graphical interface. You have got the emergency mode, the exit targets. You can switch the route from here. You can do the init rd default target. You can show the services for the multi-user system. So the services working for the other user can be also visible in this screen. Then there is a rescue mode. So it is very powerful tool. So now I will abort this. Now let us come back to this Yast system configurator or editor, which has now booted up. So here let us go one by one. So here you can do the setting for the verbosity. of the desktop. You can force some hint styling, you can force auto hint, you can force black and white fonts. So this is the font configuration. You can force black and white monospace fonts. You can use LCD filter, you can use RGBA, you can use embedded bitmaps. So this is mostly display and fonts. And in the display manager, you can set the display manager remote access, remote login. You can start the display manager X server. You can do the setting of display manager X server, TCP port 6000 open. So different display manager settings are there. In the window manager, you can set the default window manager. So right now it is default, but I think there will be option here. So that the option for the default window manager is Gnome, Plasmafy, LXDD, XFC, TWM, IceWN, and Enlightenment. So you can choose any one of them. Right now the default is the default window manager. So that is the default window manager right now is the Cinnamon desktop window manager. That is, I think, Muffin. Yes, it is called Muffin. And Mutter is the window manager for Gnome. And you can install desktops also. So setting for install desktop extension, yes. So you can say no also. So the desktop extensions won't be installed. Then for the hardware, there is a console for the fonts, console for the Unicode map, console for the screen map, console magic. I don't know what exactly this is. Maybe I will have to check it up myself. Console encoding. Now this is the keyboard settings. So here you can specify the keyboard delay, rate, number lock, screen lock, caps lock, disable caps lock, keyboard TTY, mouse, network. So all the settings are available here. So Ethernet 0, L0. Then there is this smart, this is the hard disk monitoring tool. So you can configure the thresholds for the smart hard disk check intervals, log facility. Then the drive DB is the drive database, save state, attribute log, extra options. Same for the sound card also, load sequencer, sound font file, load OSS emulator. So this is the free emulator module. Load OSS sequential module. Then you can configure the pulse audio. You can enable or disable the pulse audio. If you disable it, then the sound won't play on your system. Then there is this system wide pulse audio system. So you can set the pulse audio to work on system wide, so all users can use it, use the pulse audio system for sound, or you can disable the pulse audio system, so other users won't be able to use the pulse audio server. Machine check is there. Network, in the other section you have got the etc, the system configuration is there. This is like just the deconf editor. So here you can set the default time. So you can change it from here. So if you don't want to change the default time from the menu in the settings, you can do it directly from here. The cron is there, that is the scheduler of the system or system scheduler. The firewall D, you can configure the firewall from here. In the system you got the backup, so you can specify the backups. So the backup settings are there. Bootloader settings, the loader type, secure boot, yes or no, trusted boot, update, NVRAM. NVRAM is a non-volatile RAM. You have got the cron or the system scheduler. So everything is available. Lifecycle, kernel, even the kernel has the IRQ, that is the interrupt routine balancing is there, IRQ balance. So you can configure all the things from here. The net SMP, security services, snapper, Yast, zero config, lifecycle, everything is available for configuration from here. So all the features of the operating system can be configured from here using the Yast system config tool. So now I will close this. We will not go in further details, otherwise the video will become 1 or 2 hour long. I will close this here. Then these are the miscellaneous items like display the system log, file system snapshots. I have shown you how to manage the file system snapshots that are automatic. So you have to manually delete the system snapshots if the system snapshot hog your root partition, and root partition becomes slow and slows down the system. So you can manually delete the file system snapshots. This is the systemd journal, the vendor driver. So you can install any vendor driver using this tool. This is the alternatives. So I will just click on the alternatives. So the current choice is there. So for the debug launch, you can use different application to launch it. The default display manager right now is GDM, but you can change it from here. You can change it to SDDM or any other display manager that is installed on your system. You can update the GTK update icon cache from here. RMT, SMT, everything you can do it from here. I will not go in detail. For each of those tool, we can have a separate video also. Then there are some release tools. Then there is this relocation server configuration. So if you want to relocate your server, you can use this tool to relocate it. You can install hypervisor and tools from here. There is a security center. So here I think I have shown you this also. So you can use this to configure the system security from here. Boot settings, login settings, user addition, miscellaneous settings. This is pertaining to the file permissions, user launching, update database, magic system required keys. You can do the password checks and password settings, predefined security configuration. So you got the 3 default profiles for security settings, that is workstation, roaming device, network server, and the custom settings. If you just change it from custom settings to workstation, then those security settings of the your device will change, and you will have to reboot, and the security settings will be totally changed, and it will change over to the workstation profile. And this is the security overview. So you can check out the different secure file permission, system required keys, remote access to display manager, run in DHCP daemon in change root, run the DHCP daemon as a DHCP user. So different things are there. Disable some extra services, enable basic system services, IPv4 and 6 forwarding, enable TCP, sync cookies, stop services on removal. So you can check it out for yourself. I will just close it down. Now this is the app armor. So here you can scan the audit logs. You can manually add profiles to the app armor modules. So you can launch the scan audit logs. No more records in the log file to process. Okay. So I will just have shown you everything in brief. So I will close this down. This is what the Yast Control Center has to offer. It is a vast number of tools. So you can configure and administer your system using the Yast Control Center. Now the desktop, that is Cinnamon desktop, has its own tool. So those tools are more for theming your system and do the basic system administration work. For the you can say more detailed system configuration and administration tools you will find in the Yast Control Center. But the basic tools are all available in the Cinnamon settings. So Cinnamon settings has a big number of tools, plus the Yast Control Center of Opensuse has even greater number of tools. So both combined together, we have got a big set of toolkits, just like the Swiss Army knife. So this is one of the most unique desktops in Linux world, where you can find so many toolkits or tools are available for the user to administer his system and to make it more secure and configure it as per the user's wishes. Now I will directly head over to the Cinnamon settings. So this is the Cinnamon desktop settings. So here you can change the backgrounds, effects, font selection, themes, accessibility. You can administer the user. You can do the configuration of applets. You can install, remove the applets. This is date and time. You can add and remove the desklets. Desklets are the widgets that appear here on the desk. and applets, you got the widgets that appear on the applet, so they will be found here on the panel. Then you have got the some extensions are there, so I have already shown you what the different extensions are there. So the you can install the extension. So extensions basically increase the feature set of the Cinnamon desktop. So Cinnamon desktop comes with some standard features. You can add the extensions to increase the features available in your desktop. For example, in the transparent panels, I will just install it right now. Now it is installed. Now you go back to manage and you have to activate this. So you can see the panel has become transparent, and in the this setting for the transparency, you select fully transparent, so there will be no what we can say, the shadow is not now there. Okay, so now let us go back. There are some general settings, hot corner setting, languages, notification, online accounts. Then you got this panel settings are also available. Screensaver settings, startup applications. Then there is the window settings or the window behavior settings. You got the settings for the window tiling and snapping. You got the workspace settings. So you got everything. Then you got this hardware settings, so you can manage your Bluetooth, the display color profiles, the hard disk, the display, graphics tablets, keyboard, mouse and touchpad, network, power management, printers, sound and the system info itself. So here you can see the Cinnamon version is quite older, 4.6.7. Kernel is quite latest, it is 5.14, not very old, around 1 year old you can say. Processor is this is my system configuration, so it is i3 10th generation CPU. Memory, of course, we are given it 3.8. I was thinking it was 2 GB because when during the start of the video the system got slowed down much and the window this display got freezed. I thought maybe we are given the less memory, that is 2 GB only. Hard disk we are given 26.7 GB. Graphics card is Red Hat Virtual GPU, so this is a virtual GPU. Then you got this driver manager, so if you click, let it open, you got the firewall configuration, manage services and units. So here you can see there are two ways to manage the system services. So you can manage the system service and units from here also, and you can manage the system services from the Yast Control Center also. So there are two ways to manage the system services. Then there is package management here. So this is package management from Cinnamon desktop. You have got a package management from the Yast Control Center also. So I will show you to you here. There will be package management here. This is the package updater and the package sources. So this is from the Opensuse. This package management is from Cinnamon. Then you got the software sources. So I think software sources also it is from the Cinnamon only, and you got the users and groups administration. So users and group administration is also two-way possible. Either you use the tool given by the Cinnamon desktop, or you can go use the tool given by this Opensuse Yast Software Center. So now it has opened up. I will just input. Okay, so now I think same app is opening again and again, or what? Okay, so I think I will close this one. So here you can administrate the users and group. This is the tool from the Cinnamon desktop, and we have got another tool in the Yast Control Center also. So users have multiple choice, but sometimes it might create problem also. Okay, now let us click on this package management. Let us see what happens. It is not working or what? Maybe they are disabled this because then there will be conflict. Most possibly it is not working. So the software sources and the package management of only the Yast control center will work. This they have disabled, I think. So it is not working. I can click it multiple times and nothing is happening. There is no response from the system. So these three have been disabled. So you have to use the management of services and units only from the Yast Control Center along with the package management and the software sources. But you can use this users and groups to administer the users and groups from here also, and there is a tool in the Yast software center also. Now let us check out the backgrounds they have given. So I think only one background is given or one wallpaper is there from the Opensuse. There is no any other wallpaper, nor you can select any from the pictures because this is a fresh installation. Of course, I have not installed any of the pictures. So that's it. And let us check out the themes what are available. So right now for the okay, I will let us first update the cache. So the themes are available here: Adapta, Nocto, New Mix, Cinnamon, Semi-Transparent, Carta, Adapta, Sea Blue, Elegance Dark, Elegance, Window 10 Light Theme, Railway, Faded Dream, Cinnamox, Reno, Discrete Flat. So a lot of themes are available. Vivaldi is there, Graphite 1, Graphite 0, Window X Dark, sorry, Mint X Dark, sorry, not Window, Mint X Dark, Loki, Ubuntu Touch is there, Vivaldi's Horin OS is there. So a lot of themes are there. You can download. I will now just go back to the default themes that are installed. So the Menta theme is for the window borders. For the icons it is Advaita. For the controls it is a Menta again. Mouse pointer is Advaita and desktop is Linux Mint. Okay, so what we will do is let us check out the Cinnamon one. Okay, for the window borders let us use the Mint Y Dark. Let us see what happens. For the icons you can use Mint Y. For the controls let us use this Mint Y Dark. So now the system looks perfectly like the Linux Mint, and the mouse pointer is Advaita, Mate and Mate Black. So let it be on Advaita. Of course we can install more mouse pointers, icons, window, everything can be installed. And this desktop is Cinnamon now. So now it is just like the Linux Mint desktop. Everything looks like Linux Mint. Show icons in menus, show icons on buttons. Okay. Even the icons now look like Linux Mint. So nobody will be able to tell this is Opensuse or Linux Mint. You have to just now change the wallpaper to any other wallpaper and it will look like a Linux Mint only. Okay, so now this icon has gone. I think if we do a restart it will come back again. Let us do a restart of the system. So this is it. This icon has not appeared. Maybe we will have to check. Okay, this is only the desktop properties. We can directly put the my documents here. So it will create the my documents. So this is good enough. Okay, so this is it. I will stop the video here. So this is very brief but very knowledgeable review, because I wanted to avoid repetitive things. What happens is we have already done the Cinnamon desktop multiple times before, so I don't want to repeat the same applications and everything. I just showed you what is there, what is unique in the Cinnamon desktop of Opensuse. So this is the most unique desktop, full of different tools. So it is just like a Swiss Army knife. So you have got one system, that is the Swiss Army knife, with many of the blades and many other tools to open the can, to open do different things. So just like the Swiss Army knife, this is the desktop that is brimming with tools. So I will stop the video here. See you in the next video. We will install the Budgie desktop. So see you in the next video. Bye.